Wait a minute. What could you say?
Friends.
Without.
Benefits.
I'm a girl.
I'm the dude, man.
I'm 100% that big.
Welcome to episode 34 of Friends Without Benefits, the podcast. We're back.
Opposed to the TV show that's coming soon.
Yeah, as opposed to the TV show.
I'm actually surprised that it's not a TV show. I told someone the name of our podcast recently, and they said, that's very good. And I said, thank you.
Speaking of TV shows, this just made me think of something that I have to address. Have you heard of the show?
Okay. Go ahead.
Have you heard of the show Be Positive?
No.
It's a network show starring Thomas Middleditch. It looks like one of the worst shows I've ever seen. Let me just go ahead and show you the trailer real quick. It's 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds.
I really like him.
Yeah, he's very funny. I think I would love to. I didn't finish it, but I loved Silicon Valley.
Did you watch the improv that I told you to watch?
I did not.
Check it out.
I haven't really watched like almost any stand-up.
I told you months ago.
Yeah, I know, but
it's not stand-up, it's improv.
Okay, but like I haven't watched any live
comedy. You just didn't feel like laughing.
Not really, honestly. I'm like, what is there to laugh about in a time like this? No.
It's funny.
Yeah. But okay, here, let me share this. It's astonishingly bad.
I hate that.
We'll do the 30-second one.
It has a laugh track.
Oh, big time.
Afraid you're in renal failure.
You're saying I need a new kidney?
Start with family, they're usually the best match.
Great, a Republican kidney.
Drew?
Gina.
I haven't seen you since high school!
What if I give you my kidney?
What? You can't just make a rash decision like this.
Can I?
Who's gonna?
Exactly!
New to CBS.
I don't understand.
Yeah, like, what is the concept? Like, the guy needs a new kidney?
I feel like one of my favorite humans from New Girl, he does a show like that where it's like laugh track, not live, but you know what I mean? It looks like that. Like the same set as Friends, basically. But I thought we kind of like moved out of that. Like Friends has that like nostalgic feel because I feel like that's the way things used to be done. And I feel like it's so weird to see a new show like that. It feels like reversed.
I know like some shows do have a studio audience, but like, let's be honest, great, a Republican kidney would not have gotten a great laugh from the studio audience. There would have been like one guy who's like, haha, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, and just like, oh.
Okay, she has a tattoo. Cool.
I'm sad.
It's just network like TV is so bad.
Going from Silicon Valley to that doesn't make sense.
But he's probably getting paid.
That check.
Yes.
He doesn't seem like the sellout type, but you know what? I guess he is.
I'm not mad at him for selling out.
I'm not mad at him. I just think he is so funny. He could have done something that was funny. Mm-hmm.
You know, this is to pay the bills. He'll do his passion project where it may not be a financial success, but it'll be, you know, a critical success, which is what's important.
Yeah, and he'll probably get a lot of like commercial stuff from this.
Yeah, and he's already
commercials.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was like the AT&T guy or the Verizon guy.
Well, that's why I don't understand. Like, I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's doing very well.
Everybody always wants more money, you know.
But to get rid of your dignity, it's tricky.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like I don't know. Maybe in the writers' room.
You would get rid of your dignity for money, but like not all.
Undoubtedly, I'm not even denying that for sure.
Yes. See, I don't know.
There's also that connecting show that is like a Zoom. It's a Zoom TV show.
Yeah.
Where it's like people who are in quarantine who are having to Zoom with each other every night, and that's it's a sitcom like that. Also looks horrifically bad. Also network TV, of course, but I would do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, this is just not what our generation wants. We want it streamed. We want to binge it. We don't want commercials, and we don't want laugh tracks.
We want the raw cut. Yeah, no laugh tracks.
We want the uncomfortable, not uncomfortable. Uncomfortable, I say uncomfortable humor meaning like The Office, not uncomfortable humor where it's like, this isn't funny.
Right. I feel like like you said, we've moved past the laugh track. There is like a weird thing where I feel like The Office set that tone of like the interview type show so much that like Parks and Rec did it, Modern Family does it. There's all these like shows that basically took that model and they almost feel like they have to do that, especially if they're not going to do a laugh track. But I feel like if you just make it funny, I don't know. Like It's Always Sunny doesn't have a laugh track, doesn't do the interviews.
Yeah.
They're hilarious, you know.
I will also say The Office is the only show that addresses why they have the interviews.
Right. And what was the other one? Real Bros of Simi Valley. Hilarious, by the way.
Well,
I don't know if
I
you've
don't know
ever
that.
watched that. Oh my god.
Is that a Jimmy Tatro?
Jimmy Tatro and your boy Pete Davidson made an appearance in the second season.
Oh, I'm
So-
gonna have to watch that.
It's
not on YouTube
so
anymore, right?
fucking funny. It's on Facebook Watch now, which is weird, but
You know what?
yeah.
Whatever.
I just Google it and then it's like the first link. So
Speaking of funny boy vibes, I recently, the guys from Workaholics started a podcast and it dropped a couple days ago.
mhm.
And so it's everyone, including Kyle. And they dropped 3 episodes and it is very, very funny.
Nice.
I was literally crying, laughing.
Yeah, they're all
And
hilarious dudes.
I enjoy them because they can literally just like talk about whatever. But I have one of their like songs stuck in my head. I don't know if you've heard it. Did you watch all of Workaholics? This might be like their old stuff.
I think so, but I honestly am not positive.
I was gonna sing it, but then I just like played it out in my head, and now I really don't want to. So, but like the title is "I'm Kind of a Nasty Dude." So if anybody knows
Sure.
that, it does make an appearance, and it was very good. And so now I need to. I also didn't realize Blake has a child, which is interesting. I feel very attracted to Blake right now. I think he's very funny.
'Cause he's a dad?
No.
Okay, because you
That's-
said he has a child. I feel very attracted
I
to
see.
him.
Yeah, I see how that could. No, I'm not in the spot where people having children is something I'm attracted to.
He's nurturing though. Shows that.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think he's very funny.
Who? Okay, power ranking of the 4 of them.
No,
Kyle.
no. Someone actually just asked me this the other day, and I said I wouldn't do it, so I'm not going to do it.
Okay, so they're all
I would
unfunny.
like to. Oh, you're going to say funny?
Yeah, like funny power ranking.
I thought you meant like I thought you were about to fuck, marry, kill me.
Oh no,
Said
I wasn't
further.
gonna do that. Just
Funny.
power
Okay,
rankings
well,
of funny.
I barely know Kyle, so last.
Okay.
And then, then third would be Durs.
Ooh,
I know.
hard
Stop!
disagree.
You can't judge me. It's so hard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god. But okay, so I think like Blake is more my humor, but Adam makes me laugh because he's so animated and so like he makes the funniest faces. So right now in this moment, even though it could change, is Blake, Adam, Durs, Kyle.
Okay, mine would be Durs, Blake, Adam, Kyle.
Durs, Blake.
I think
Kyle.
Durs is the funniest. He's just so fucking funny to me. I don't know why.
I think they're all hilarious.
Yeah,
Like this was
I got
actually
you.
very hard. And it's funny because it's like they all have the same humor, but it's also very different. And Durs will talk about like just the shit with his kids.
I could see. Yeah, he seems like. I mean, he.
Yay!
Glitched out for a second. The problems with doing Zoom, but we're back.
Yes.
So they're all very funny, I think was the point.
Yes, they're all very funny. I highly recommend the podcast right after ours. It's absolutely fabulous, and I can't wait for every single one. And I miss Workaholics, even though but I almost prefer the podcast. This is a big statement, but because it got so graphic towards the end that I was like, I'm going to throw up.
Oh. And you love throw up, as we well know.
No.
It's a joke, yeah, because you hate
No,
it.
I know.
Nice. Well, I was going to say something that I watched that was also graphic, but also messed up. Not as funny, not really funny at all, but just kind of insane. Have you watched The Vow at all, or do you know what it is?
No, I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
It's insane. It's about basically a cult that started as like a business success program, like executive success program is what it was called. ESP at NXIVM. And it's like this little
Yes.
dweeby guy who's really, for the most part, like he's well spoken and he says a lot of things that it all sounds like bullshit. So I really don't know how people didn't see through him earlier, but at the same time, like I feel like if you're lost or lonely, he could really take advantage, and I think that's exactly what he did. But yeah, it's some pretty dark shit. I think he's in jail now. I haven't finished it yet, but
I've heard it's very long.
it's like a limited series docuseries.
And here's the problem with the title. The title should be something else because The Vow is a Nicholas Sparks movie with Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum. And I'll tell you, that's not the same.
That's right. I actually was texting my friends. I was like, have y'all watched The Vow at all? And my friend was like, with Channing Tatum? Knowing full well I wasn't talking about that. But yeah, even it's not even
It
like
is confusing when you see it and you're like, oh my God, The Vow is on here? It's like, oh, what the fuck?
you start watching it, you're like, I don't think this is quite the right movie. But yeah, I agree. The title sucks. It's not like there's one they just got to a point where like, okay, I get why they called it that, but they should have called it something else.
NXIVM shit show.
I mean, would have been a better
Cult.
title.
Yeah. The cult.
But yeah, been watching that a good bit.
Sounds right. That's nice.
Yeah, hey, cults. Who doesn't love them, right?
I don't know.
I guess the people whose family are in them.
All right. Speaking of cults, no, I finished Love Island.
Okay.
UK season 1, absolutely incredible. Did I say
Incredible.
I liked last time?
You said you loved I don't think you got into specifically who, but you said you loved the accents and everything.
Well, just in case I did, spoiler. The people that I thought were going to win didn't win, and those were people that literally coupled up from the beginning. And
How do you win, by the way?
Oh, the people vote. So basically, like, you need to be in a couple, like, at specific times. Like, you don't have to be a couple the whole time. Like, they'll send new people in. If you're not in a couple, you'll leave. But it's like, by this tonight, you need to couple up. So, like, there was even a couple at the end that were just, like, friends, because they just didn't work out with anybody. But they, like, let them stay together.
Boring.
I liked the girl. But
I just mean being, like, if you're, like, on that show. It's boring.
Yeah.
Like, we're just friends.
And you're most likely not going to win Love Island when it's like friendship, unless you're like really, really cool. But yeah, there were a couple that literally like paired up on the first day, because on the first episode, which is the first day, like they do the most awkward thing ever. They made all the guys line up like in the pool, and then the girls would come out one by one. So if one girl came out, it would be like, okay, step forward if you're interested in this girl.
Okay.
And it is so uncomfortable because obviously, like, some people never like step forward for a person, and then you get stuck. And then, so say if someone came in, and so say if you stepped forward, and then so you step forward, and the girl's like, and if more than one steps forward, they're like, okay, you choose who you want to go with, and then so you go with that person, and you're standing next to them. But if another girl comes in, that person you're standing with can step forward, and that girl can choose to go with him, and you'll get like the boot. And you'll have to like go to someone else.
That's worse than people not stepping forward for you.
No, I disagree.
I guess I didn't see it live, but I'm just thinking like, because that's not like, that's like, oh, they're much hotter. Like, you're getting rejected for somebody
much
else,
hotter.
rather than just getting rejected.
Much hotter is better than like literally no one is interested in me.
I guess
from the get-go of what you see here.
But then you could,
so close, but still, like, so say if like that person, 4 people stepped forward, but then you got the boot because a girl that was like this person's taste said, stepped in. It's not as hurtful as, I'm sorry, none of these guys want you, so will you stand to the side while we let the hotter people come in?
Move over,
Anyway.
ugly.
Anyway, so the people that were together from day one did not win, but Max, who I personally really enjoyed, because sometimes it's really hard to not find someone who's just like who's not a complete douchebag.
Who's not a complete douchebag.
Who's not a complete douchebag on the show. And so he was only like halfway, but he was very, very attractive.
The least douchebaggy of the bunch.
Yes, and spoiler, he won. I think I already said that. But I didn't really love the girl. But here's the craziest part, and then I'll end this sad recap, is that so the whole time you think like you're gonna get $50K. Did I already say this?
I don't think so. Maybe.
And then so at the very end, like I don't know if they had even said anything. They're like, okay, you guys have won, but there's one last twist. I have 4 envelopes, and I'm going to give you each 2 envelopes. And in one envelope is the word love, and one envelope is the word money. So you have to pick one and then flash it at the same time. And if you both pick love, you split the money. If one person picks love and the other person picks money, the person who picks money gets to take all of the money.
I actually love that. I love
and
that
if
idea.
You both choose money. Nobody gets anything. I hate that.
I love
course, that makes complete sense.
That's the prisoner's dilemma, basically.
Yeah, but then it's like you obviously face like everyone hating you if you chose money.
It is what it is. You got that.
And you could get nothing. If you're choosing money,
account.
you could get everything or nothing. If you choose love, you could get half or you get nothing.
What happened?
Choose your person wisely. They both chose love and they split it.
Boo. Boo.
And spoiler, because obviously I had to go in and see who was still together. Literally, no one is still together. One couple had a child together, but they're not together anymore. And also, this only happened 5 years ago.
Oh, this is like an old show?
And yeah, so
I was under the
still
assumption.
On.
But you watched one from 5 years ago.
I didn't watch the most recent season. I want to start backwards.
Different time.
Because I think it goes even further than that, but 2015 is like the latest one on Hulu. But I probably wouldn't want to go any further back than that. It was like they're all 22, and the whole time I was thinking, I was like, God, these kids. But I was like, oh, well, now they're just the same age that I am.
Nice. Well, that's interesting. I like the twist.
That's my recap on that. And then obviously, lastly, the show that everybody's been waiting for, The Bachelorette, is back. And obviously, as you know, it's Claire, who I was not excited about. But then, we heard rumors that Claire found someone immediately and refused to go along with this process anymore.
Right.
So they're supposed to send in Tayshia. So the night kicks off and they spend like forever on freaking COVID, which like obviously nobody wants to see. And then she has like night one is like a cocktail party where you're supposed to like get to know everyone. And then the cringiest part of the whole show is the very beginning where she waits and the guys get out of the limo and they do like something to impress her, like show up in a Rolls Royce or propose, but when they open the ring it's like someone farting. Okay. Just like stuff that makes your whole body hurt. But she met this one guy named Dale, and as soon as you know about Dale?
No.
Oh, it's delayed, I see.
Yep, a little bit of a pause.
So she sees Dale, and when he walks away, she says, I think I just met my husband. So the world thinks that it's Dale.
Wait, I'm confused. That's Tayshia that did that?
No, it's Claire right now.
Oh.
So we're seeing the beginning of Claire's journey, knowing that she will be leaving.
I was thinking that all of the recording stuff, or I was thinking when all that drama happened with the Claire girl, that was live. That was on TV. I didn't realize it wasn't.
No, we haven't seen any of this. So we are starting, like, we only know the gist of what happens with Claire. Like, everybody thinks it's Dale because she made that comment, even though in, like, the previews for what's to happen, it's like, all the guys are like, you don't really know Dale, which always happens with, like, 5 of the guys. But the cool thing about this season is since Claire is older, all the guys are older. It kind of ranges from like 28 to 45. And
big
they
range.
all have real jobs, which you don't see anymore.
I feel like they never have real jobs.
They do. I mean, you'll get a nurse and like a lawyer every so often, but you'll also get like social media star. Like, it doesn't want to say influencer.
Ooh, I cannot wait until they start getting TikTokers. I'm going to be
but it would say
so
something
excited.
else.
Lil
It'd be
Huddy
like
is the
video
Bachelor.
editor. But I think they kind of did this because I never really understood why they picked Claire, but I'm guessing they did it to kind of like make the show more serious because people were, I mean, obviously, like, you get on that show and then you have sponsorships and that's it. That's the end game. It wasn't really about love anymore. So yeah, that's what's going on. The previews look great. I'm excited. You know, I mean, I really needed something.
I think we all did.
And it's one of those shows where it's fabulous to get on Twitter after and just like see what everyone's saying. It just really brings people together. And it's nice that they're like all in this bubble and they're like touching. So now that the COVID, like it actually showing, you know, people getting tests is over. Now it's like, okay, I can pretend I'm somewhere else right now.
Yeah, you got to have the bubble. It does captivate the Twitter audience. People go nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So into it. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to keep those recaps short, but you know what? Hopefully something crazy will happen. Oh, also Chris Harrison being dramatic as ever. That's the host. He says, like, showing in the preview, he goes, "You just blew up, Bachelor Nation." And I'm like, what?
It's like, chill out, dude. We
Yeah.
got it. All right. Yeah, that's a bit much. I was going to say I have an update that pertains to my number one, Mr. Brad Pitt. A Plano woman, Plano, Texas, is suing him for fraud, breach of contract, and she claims that they had a relationship. Brad Pitt has made a motion for her to dismiss the suit. Basically, he's like, you don't want to do this because you got basically she got scammed by somebody. He created a charity after the Katrina hurricane to like revitalize the Ninth Ward, and she said that he reached out to her saying like, hey, send me money and I'll appear at these charity fundraising events. So she kept sending him money. She paid him $40,000 over a period of 2 years, and somehow he never showed up. And she started getting skeptical. She said that they had a relationship, and they even talked about marriage. There was discussions of marriage between the two. It's all kind of funny, but also kind of sad. But it's like,
it's so sad.
Like, let's be real. Let's be real for a second.
Some people are gullible.
That gullible?
Yeah.
That gullible? Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is asking you for money and somehow interested in you over the internet, and you've never seen him and you never met him. Little odd. Maybe a little odd. So, I don't know. I don't feel that bad because it's like, you got to think... In 2 years, if it was like a month, okay, you know, I'll give you a little, you're captivated, whatever. But 2 years, that's on you. I'm sorry.
Maybe in the back of her head, she was like, I know this seems crazy, but what if?
It does seem crazy. She's right about that. What if it turned out to be true, though?
Romantic. Exactly. That's probably what she had in the back of her head. Like, my friends will never believe me, but like, what if this works out?
I mean,
worth
if it
the
did,
$40,000, maybe.
probably.
Would you not pay $40,000 to be married to Brad Pitt
For 2 years of Brad Pitt appearances? Yeah. Are you kidding me? I could probably make so much more from that.
Just say like this whole scenario played out exactly like it did, and at the end, she really did marry Brad Pitt. Weird, but worth it? Yeah.
Probably.
To someone.
Yeah, for sure.
If we were married, I'd be like, why did you like make me pay $40,000? You're married.
Yeah, because then you could also just divorce him and get the money back.
Plus more.
You'd be part of his checkered past too. They'd be writing magazine articles about you. Good list.
Yeah,
Good company.
that People magazine would be like, are they back together? And I'd be like, sure.
The news
Whatever.
behind Brad's new mystery woman. It would for sure be something like that. But yeah, I thought that was pretty insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Pretty sad.
Or romantic.
Or romantic.
You choose.
Another thing I wanted to get into, having to deal with movie stars. You're a big Dev Patel fan, correct?
I like him.
Okay.
I've only seen him in one thing ever.
Oh, really?
And it wasn't the Lion movie.
It wasn't Slumdog Millionaire?
Oh, no, I'm talking about Life of Pi.
Okay.
I also have never seen Slumdog Millionaire, and I did not mean to admit this here. It is on my list.
It's not a big deal. I just saw it like last year, or maybe even this year. But he's in a
Babushka.
He's in a movie where I think it's about it's being called a murder saga called Chippendales, about him being like a 80s male strip club. Yeah. I don't know. I guess he's a stripper. He's attached to Star.
Could just be dancing.
I think it's about an 80s male strip club. It says 80s male strip club murder saga. So I don't really know what that means, but sounds like it'd be good.
I'm intrigued.
He's a great actor, so I have to imagine it'd be at least solid.
And I love the idea of it being filmed in the 80s. I understand the idea of Magic Mike. And here's what I have to say. I feel like if its job was to make everyone, go see it because it is entertaining, because I mean, like, they're taking their clothes off. And they're dancing, dancing is so great.
Mission accomplished.
But they were so close to having a good plot line, and then they just threw it away. So
yeah.
I hope that this one maybe focuses more on the plot line, which I'm thinking with like Thriller, maybe it will. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I thought that was going to be good. The other thing I wanted to mention in terms of entertainment news, TV, I know we got into TV a little bit. Did you ever watch Dexter?
No, that looked too scary for me, but I know what you're talking about. And people reference it all the time, like, oh, I thought you were about to Dexter me.
Who says that?
That's from a line in a movie.
Okay, I was like, that means murder. So
yeah, no. Mm-hmm.
You're like,
it's
classic
not for Friends. It's for
classic Friends being like, hey.
I mean, women do have to worry about getting murdered.
Yeah, but usually you don't joke about it with the murderer. You're not like, I thought you were about to Dexter me to the murderer.
Maybe you had a close call and you have a dark friend, and she's like, I thought I was about to be Dextered. I'm crazy.
Take yourself out of those situations, if you can. But anyway, they're making a limited series, like a follow-up to that show. Here's what I have to say.
And it's called Dextina.
No. It's with the same guy, Michael C. Hall. Here's what I have to say. I watched Dexter. I did watch it. I watched the entire show, start to finish, every season, every episode. I was so unbelievably disappointed with how horrific the season finale was, the series finale was, that I legitimately think it might be the worst series finale of all time. So I refuse to give it the time of day unless it has like 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. There's no chance I'm going to be watching this. I'm actually upset that they're even. I think what happened is they realized how bad it was, and they're like, we can't finish it with that.
We have to fix it. Yeah.
But maybe I'm not going to let them.
Which is kind of nice. Okay.
No.
Well, some of us are a little bitter.
I am bitter. It was horrific. I was like, 7 seasons for this?
Yeah. Actually, the only Dexter I know is
Dexter's Lab.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Which is incredible.
Didi, you are so stupid.
Omelette du fromage.
What I was going to say about my TV rage, and I don't know if I've said it on the show, High Fidelity with Zoe Kravitz got the axe after one season on Hulu, and it's like one of the very, very few original Hulu shows they've had that's actually very good.
It's a shame.
And so I'm mad. And I'm more mad because I feel like shows that get cut from like Netflix and stuff, like Hulu will pick up those shows. And now I'm like, who is here to pick up this show because it must
Right.
be picked up. It has fallen down. They really fucked up. Like Zoe Kravitz is amazing. It was so good. And I'm not even like how I'm like Emily in Paris. Like, oh, that's pretty good. No, like this is a very good show.
If it's already been canceled for a while, that's probably it. Unfortunately.
No, it got canceled like in the middle of quarantine.
Oh,
because
there's a
of
chance.
Like, funding.
That sometimes comes
First
back.
one in, last. What is it? Last one in, first one out.
LIFO, accounting principles, inventory.
The game of LIFO.
I went to college. No big deal.
As did I, but I didn't know that.
You were in business, right?
Yes, I was.
Oh, you were? Okay.
But here's the thing. I did forget everything I learned.
There you go. And that's what's important, is that you got the degree.
But I did have fun.
And you had fun. And that's really what it's all about. Shoot.
And also, no one looks at your GPA anymore, so.
Nobody.
I was about to say go party, but I guess definitely that is not the message I need to be spreading right now.
Don't need to put that out there.
GPA matters.
I was going to say Zoe Kravitz moved on to better things, though, being in the new Batman. Catwoman.
Being in the new Batman, I did repost on our oh, I meant to say this too. Let me say this so I don't forget. Did you see the thing I reposted about someone made like a mural with Rubik's cubes of RBG?
No.
And I reposted and said Trevor could never.
I couldn't. No, I couldn't even come close.
Anyways, so yeah. Oh, nice. Trevor is now showing me that he has not finished the Rubik's Cube still.
It was complete. I can do
Yeah,
it. I just can't do it under pressure.
While talking.
I'm not clutch. I'm not a clutch cuber.
Okay, no one's yelling at you. But yeah, so obviously they have continued filming the new Batman, which is fabulous. Robert Pattinson, he looks a little silly, but I'm sure they'll put that movie magic filter on him, and I'll be like, okay, like whatever. But Trevor was right. Colin Farrell looks absolutely not like Colin Farrell at all. And also in the pictures I saw, everyone is in their like business attire. So I guess the Penguin like dress changes at night, or is that what he wears when he's being bad too? He doesn't look like a penguin to me.
His like usual attire is a suit. But he usually looks much more penguinish. Like I know when Danny DeVito was him, he like I think had fins. He had like flippers.
Also, Danny DeVito more embodies a penguin.
Yeah, for sure. Like just in stature. He's about the size of like an emperor penguin.
He kind of walks similarly.
Yeah, he might have a waddle.
Yeah, who doesn't?
But yeah, speaking of Robert Pattinson, I actually was going to say I saw The Devil All the Time on Netflix. It's good, but definitely depressing.
Good.
I just mean like, God, it was dark. But side note, just because we're talking about Rob Pattinson, he killed it. He absolutely crushed it, and he has a great accent.
Which one is that? Is that the one where he looks crazy?
He's like, the delusions. That's how he sounds. He's wearing a white suit, and he's a preacher.
Oh, no.
But he also like has this great Southern accent and this high voice, and he didn't even get all the other actors got vocal training, and he didn't get any vocal training. He was just like, I got it, and he fucking crushed it.
And I'll tell you why. It's because he has that Edward Cullen bass American accent. He did that for so many years. So he's like, I'm basically not even British anymore. I'm just going to work off this base level accent. So look at my range. And now we know he can go high based off what you're saying. And then for Batman, he's going to go very low.
And then he did in Good Time, he did like a Bronx accent.
What's Good Time?
It's
I don't know any of these things. So
Safdie Brothers movie. I think it's also on Netflix.
Is that the one where he's bleach blonde?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He looks berserk.
Yeah.
With the like goatee that's a different color.
Yep.
Because Pete Davidson was wearing the shirt that had a picture of him, of Robert Pattinson, and then the other guy that's in that movie.
Benny Safdie is the other guy, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really good. Really, really good movie. He just crushes it.
I think, and he's one of the people too that when Twilight comes up when he's interviewing, he's like ashamed of it. Like he doesn't want to talk about it. He's like embarrassed about it. And I saw like a clip recently, but it's old, but I recently saw it, of what, like when they were filming the last one. He's like, are you sad that it's over? And he was just like laughing like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I saw that.
And you know what? I love someone who's honest.
He's honest. He sees it for what
And
it
I get
is.
it. I'm sure he made hella money. Those movies, I feel like those movies are a lot of people's guilty pleasure because it's like, it is so entertaining to watch, but it's also like, is this good?
I think that's what the whole book was. Like, the book wasn't good either. It was just like a guilty pleasure too.
Everyone was reading it though. Like, it
Yeah.
literally took high school boys by storm. It was like, watch me get these AR points, but also like, I'm enjoying this.
She was like one of the rich. I think she was the richest author, like, of the decade or something like that.
And I'll tell you, if you make something easily readable, it'll get read.
For sure, she did it. She crushed it.
And
Stephanie
also 'cause,
Myers.
like, all
Shouts
the
out.
other books they were trying to make us read in high school were so goddamn bad that people were probably like, you know what? Throw in the vampires and the werewolves. I don't give a fuck anymore. Get me out of this place.
Yeah, The Great Gatsby. Yeah, come on.
And after Harry Potter, truly, like, what do you even do?
Exactly. All right. Well, today we are going to be doing a little friends quiz, right?
Yes.
I believe. I don't know the official name.
It's best friends, but we know. We know.
Technically, it's
but that's
best
what it
friends. Is that what you said? You cut out for a sec.
That technically it's best friends.
Okay.
Yeah. Which we aren't.
No, and that's apparent.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be even sadder if like I thought we were and you were like, we're definitely not?
That would be really sad. That'd be like the stepping forward on the Love Island, where it's like, yeah, best friends, step forward. You step forward.
And
I
you
don't.
were like, no.
I'm like the other person.
Yeah, but there's no coworkers quiz, so this is what we got. And we thought, it'd be pretty funny because I don't want to say it ahead of time because I don't want to like put my foot in the mouth. I think the only reason I will do better is because you forget things.
I 100% expect you to do better than I will, for sure. So
fabulous.
Yeah, so
all right,
we'll see how it goes.
Let's just get into it. I'm going to read the question. Trevor will answer what it is for me, and then I will answer what it is for Trevor.
Yes.
Question number 1. What am I most afraid of?
And
now I need to think of my answer.
Okay, what are you most afraid of? Are we getting like real, or is this like, a
what
thing?
Do you think?
Like real could be like,
No, I know what you mean. Like, which one should I do? Because I could pick like one that's like real, or I could pick one that.
Let's do like a thing.
Okay, I got it.
Like
then.
most afraid of as far as like things go, like scary movies. Like what's gonna scare you the most in a scary movie? I don't want to get into like commitment. Like that.
Yeah,
it's a little bit less fun. All right.
Okay, I have it then.
Okay, I'm going to say. I'm gonna go ahead and say clowns. I'm gonna say clowns.
No, it's not clowns. I don't love clowns. They do really freak me out. Specifically speaking of American Horror Story, the circus one.
Right.
That clown was fucking creepier, but you know who was creepier? Was the son that lived with his mom, but he was like 30. Oh god.
I never actually watched it. I saw the clown just from
I started
media,
it.
But...
I started it, and it was horrible. It was horrible.
He was gross. He was gross for sure.
Yeah. I am most afraid of snakes.
Oh, okay.
I'm very, very scared of snakes. I think
I
was about to say if anything came in my room, I mean, I would be very scared if a clown came in my room, but like...
The old danger noodle, though.
But they're supposed to be nice. It did really freak me out when the news was like, clowns shown walking into the woods. I was like, hey, why?
That was a dark period.
But the videos of like snakes coming up through the toilet, I'd be lying if I said I didn't look at the toilet when I go to sit down.
Is that real, though? Is that real?
Okay, but like, I know Photoshop exists, but like, I'm not taking my chances. Like, because I can only imagine, I've played that out in my mind and it doesn't end well.
So you never watched like Anaconda or anything?
I've watched Snakes on a Plane.
Oh, did you ever watch the there was a show that was called I think it was called Eaten Alive, where a guy was going to try to get swallowed whole by
Does that sound like something I would watch?
It was like a Discovery Channel event. It was kind of a big thing, but he was going to try to get eaten alive by an anaconda. Or not an anaconda, a python or something. I don't remember.
That's actually interesting, and now like going back to if things are real, but I very specifically remember being with my dad, and I don't know where we were. I don't know. I remember we were in the store and it was like there was a picture on the desk of these people who had got eaten by a snake, and it showed the people like out of the snake, like once they like killed the snake, and that really freaked me out. And sorry to be so graphic.
Yeah, that would like. How old were you when he brought you here?
Young. Well, it wasn't like he brought me to a snake farm. Like I think we could have been.
This
like,
is worse. I showed you the end product of what it's like to be eaten by a snake as a young child.
Like, we were checking out at the counter, and like for some reason, like this was like on the paper or something. Like,
where were you?
I don't remember. This makes my dad not look so good, but I promise we weren't at like a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, he wasn't like taking you to. He's like to like some random guy's. Yeah, like pickup truck, and he's like, I found these bodies.
Because it could have been anything. Because my dad did like landscaping, like outdoor landscaping. So like we could have been picking up soil or something stupid like that. Like. And it could have just been there because, like, the South just, you know.
Well, there's your fear of snakes right there.
There's my fear of snakes. And then, like, one time I was sleeping when I was little, and I thought I felt something moved. And when I picked it up, I felt like it moved again. And I thought it was a snake, but it was my bracelet.
Yeah, I got you.
Anyways,
right, so what's mine?
For you, what are you most afraid of? And we're going to go with things. Oh, gosh, that's actually very hard. I truly don't know, so I'm going to say spiders.
Ooh, nice. Yes, it is spiders.
Oh my god, I'm incredible.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The thing that's freaky about spiders, I wouldn't really say scared of them, but just the idea that I could, like the reason I don't like them is like at least if like a clown showed up, I could like grab something and try and like fuck it up. A spider could just bite you and you're like, ow, like, my leg kind of hurts. And you're like, it probably just got like a bug bite or something. And then you wake up at like 4 a.m. And they're like, I'm going to have to amputate your leg. You might die.
Yes.
You're getting necrotic nerve endings, like all this bullshit. So that's why I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with it. It freaks me out. I don't like it.
Yeah, and I think, too, since like spiders are more in our normal life, it is more of like, well, what is that one fine? Like, am I going to be okay? It could bite you in your sleep.
Yeah. Close up next is like being buried alive. That sounds horrific.
Okay, it's so crazy to me that people have that fear. Not because that doesn't sound scary as fuck, just because it sounds very unlikely.
Yeah, but it could happen. Like if you're in a cave or something, collapse.
Oh, see, I always picture just like Billy Hocus Pocus, like you're alive, shove you in this grave. I feel like that's in like a bully movie, like get in there.
Matilda, right? She puts her in a coffin.
I don't remember.
She puts her in like a coffin with spikes.
No, that's the detention room.
I mean, it's still
that's like Miss Trunchable. Still horrible, but you're not in the ground with dirt on top of you.
Yeah,
like,
true. It's more
like time out, and they put you in that room, and you close the door, and there's like spikes all around you.
Jesus Christ!
Trust me, I watched that movie over and over. I broke the VHS.
All right.
Okay.
On the next question, you answer first.
Okay. Where can I always find you?
Where can you always find me? Okay, that's the question? Where can I always find you? That's the tough one.
I'm answering for you.
Yeah, you're answering for me.
I can always find you. Well, God, I'm trying to take quarantine out of it. Shooting hoops.
I'll say no on that one because, I mean, like sometimes, but not that often.
Okay.
I don't really know what the answer would be. Like,
okay, so you have to put an answer in your head.
Okay, if I have to put an answer, I feel like honestly the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen a lot. I feel like I'm always like snacking or like
just
cooking.
Making pies for your baby.
Making pies for my baby. That sounds like a Fetty Wap lyric. I'm making pies for my baby. Is it? Okay.
Are you kidding?
Is that the lyric? Making pies for my baby?
Making pies for my baby. I be in the kitchen getting high with my baby.
Making pies for my baby.
I assumed it had something to do with something else.
Oh, yeah. It's probably like an edible or something.
That is very close to the lyric. But I also have noticed in my older age, I don't know the lyrics to songs that I thought I knew.
It's probably not at all.
Okay, well, let's fact check that now that we...
All right.
Because I'm not going to go on record.
Where can I always find
now, let
you?
Me think of...
I am going to say watching a movie.
Yeah, I was going to say the couch, so... That's fabulous.
Nice. I thought, yeah,
Okay,
because
hold
I
on,
was
let
like,
me-
yeah, big movie fan.
Because I was like, yeah.
Because I was like, yeah.
This is a musical episode.
So
That's
what do you,
actually so common. People say, I was like, yeah. Also, no. Yeah. Yeah. People say that a lot.
they say, yeah, also no.
No, they say no first. Like, no, yeah, but they mean, yeah. Where is this? All right, I'm going to ask the next question.
Yeah, so what's the
Here it
consensus
comes.
on the Fetty Wap?
I was trying to find it, but then it was like dead silence, so. Okay,
You can have
this
dead
one will be.
silence.
I can't go back and forth. My brain just like can't process that right now.
I would be answering, is how it goes.
What's been my greatest accomplishment?
What's been your greatest accomplishment? By the way, he does say, I be in the kitchen cooking pies with my baby. I just Googled it.
And bonus points for me for this damn quiz.
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
What is my greatest accomplishment?
Greatest accomplishment. I mean,
have to, like, pick one.
I feel like getting there's a certain job that you got, and I feel like that's your greatest accomplishment. But we can't talk about
That
the
is
job.
very good,
Yeah.
Trevor. Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I
'cause
would think.
I feel like I should say like graduating college, but like I don't really care. Like it
Everybody
wasn't
does
that
that.
hard.
Yeah. I don't know what mine would be,
Everybody does
honestly.
that, and I feel like this thing happened recently, and I was very excited about it. So good job. I'm not keeping score, but good job.
Yeah.
Okay,
I honestly
your
don't
greatest
know.
accomplishment.
Yeah, I don't know what my answer would be, so I don't know if you could like get it right or wrong. This is just compliment territory now.
Okay, then what do you think? I know. Yep. Should I skip it?
Yeah, you can skip it. We're
So
basically
then should I skip my biggest disappointment, even though I think you would know mine? I don't know yours though.
I don't know if I would know yours. The biggest disappointment.
You would know it if you thought, but also it's like, do I want to share that? Probably not.
Biggest disappointment. I mean, I'm thinking back to my cats are fighting. By the way, I don't know if you hear that in the background, but
Funny.
I was saying it's funny. The biggest disappointment.
Oh, that's funny that your cats are fighting.
Oh, okay.
I hear it.
I mean, the whole like the I don't know if this is your biggest disappointment because I feel like you're over it.
Guess my biggest
Well,
disappointment.
we've already talked about it on the show, so it's not like
Okay,
a big deal. But when you like dated that guy for a while, and then he like made out with the other girl at the dance or whatever, but then you made out with or he took somebody else to the dance. But
Totally,
you guys
totally.
broke
That's
up
just
and you had to
more of
go-
like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just more like classic embarrassing high school stuff. I'm definitely over that now. My biggest disappointment is when I got fired.
Oh, okay. You forgot
But
about
now
that,
I don't
honestly.
care
It's
because
not a
I
big
hated
deal.
it there.
Yeah,
No.
that was a blessing in
Um,
disguise.
Yeah. Wait, shoot. That made me. Oh yeah, that made me think. Just thinking of like high school boyfriends. I forgot to say when I was the other weekend when I was out to eat with my parents for my birthday dinner. My waiter was my first boyfriend. Did I say that?
You didn't. That's
It was
crazy.
my first kiss. My like junior high boyfriend.
Did you guys reminisce about
Yeah,
it?
he was our waiter. Well, I did not want to, but then my stepdad was like, "Remember when you rolled the house?" And I was like, "I want to leave."
What did he like, hey, how's it going? Like he knew you.
Yeah, well, because I sat down. So I sat down. I got to take my mask off because I thought maybe it was him, but I couldn't really tell. And then when I took my mask off, he was like, "Ashley," and then he took his mask off, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Blah, blah, blah.
You
So
should
it was
just
like totally comfortable, but I was just like
Yeah.
weird.
you should have just pretended like you didn't know who he was. You'd be like, "Who are you?" I'm sorry, I really don't think we've met.
I don't.
I think you have
Yeah.
been mistaken with somebody else.
I wouldn't be able to pull that off.
Yeah, that'd be very funny though.
Anyways, well,
All right. I don't know what my biggest
Okay, now I'm gonna
disappointment
skip
is, honestly. I think this is more a lesson of how I'm not introspective. Like I don't know most of these things.
yeah.
I don't know. Bland boy.
I'm not just gonna start guessing at your disappointments. I was about
good.
to like try to make a burn and be like, your last haircut. Okay. Describe my perfect day.
Your perfect day.
Yeah. Obviously, this one can be loose.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like wake up late. I feel like maybe you wake up late, you have a little breakfast. You probably go out to breakfast, realistically. Maybe a brunch and probably with some friends. You don't drink, you maybe have like a CBD coffee or something. Tasty but not overly filling. You know, it might have the bone broth in it or whatever. But then you have the brunch, you chill for a little bit, you relax. Maybe you watch a movie in that time with your friends. You probably play a couple games. Then you go, you drink, you know, end the night at a bar or something. And then you meet Glenn Powell for a nightcap and say goodnight.
Wow. I mean, it was doing okay. I was planning on giving you a half point, but the Glenn Powell like really
That's a good
was
thing.
helpful.
That's your ideal
No,
day,
it's
is
good.
it not?
No, that's good.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily sleep in. Like, I'm not huge on sleeping in.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought you were.
Well, because I usually go to bed pretty early. Lately, I've been sleeping in. Quarantine has just like fucked up my sleep. So,
Gotcha.
but I like to start the day kind of early.
Okay.
And then here's a pro tip about me. I can't make it to brunch without eating, so I usually have a little something at home to eat, and I
That's
like
right.
to like make myself a little something and like enjoy it outside.
I forgot you
The
were.
Friends was good. You really, saved yourself with the games. I probably would have done some more things like out in nature, maybe seeing the sun a little bit with my friends. If a movie would have fit, that would have been great. Then probably go to like a nice dinner, and then I meet Glenn Powell out for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll give you that.
I do recall now
Okay,
that
your perfect day.
I do recall now that you're
ahead.
you're a breakfast first thing. Like type
Yes,
of
I
person.
need breakfast ASAP Rocky.
Yeah. I got you.
Okay, so your perfect day, you do sleep in, and it might be till like 10 or 11,
We'll go 10. But
maybe 10, and then you probably don't eat breakfast until like noon. But when you do, it is literally like ginormous, and it's meat and potatoes and eggs and double that size.
Yep.
And then you eat a lot, and then you hit up the homies and you say, homies, what are you doing? And then, but then you probably go work out before you hang out with the homies because you want the rest of the day to be free. And you're definitely going to shoot hoops because that's your favorite thing to do ever. And then maybe you watch something sporty with your friends. Maybe it's nice out, not too hot because you don't like it when it's too hot. Maybe something where you need a light jacket and it feels great outside. And then you're hanging with your friends, something sporty. The team wins. You go eat some really good food, maybe Mexican or Indian. And then you end the night at the bar and everyone's like, yay! And then you have a wonderful night of sleep.
That's it. That's a good one. Yeah, you nailed it. Crushed it. Definitely big breakfast. Only thing, I mean, obvious part of breakfast, but the coffee is probably the first thing.
Coffee, totally.
But yeah, other than that, that's nailed it. And basketball, it is like probably the most fun. I would say maybe tennis, but I've had tennis elbows, so I can't really
You do
play.
both. Yeah, and I did know that. So
Yeah. Nailed it. All right.
Great.
Do you want to do one more? And then maybe
let's see where we're at.
do a couple deal breakers.
Totally. Let's see. Okay, this one's actually funny. I don't know if either of us will know the question. Actually, I do. Okay. When, because I know it's going to be different for either of us, even though there can obviously only be one. When did we meet?
See, this, I'm like, meet, like officially meet? Okay.
I know, that's what I'm thinking, because there was one
'Cause,
time, like there was an instance, but we didn't meet.
Yeah. In my mind, like, I feel like because, like, my friend group was good friends with your friend group.
Yeah.
Like, specifically, one of my good friends was dating one of your good friends. Our groups just kind of, like, intermixed a lot of the time. So I'm sure I saw you very early on in college, but I think, like, the first time that I remember us, like, actually, like, talking for a no, like, I don't know, more than like 5 minutes or something was there was like one time that you and our other friend Mara you guys came into
Oh,
town or
girl.
whatever. Yeah, and like it was like Josh and I, and
Oh, names.
we watched whatever. We watched we watched the grapefruiting video, which is a timer.
Okay, yeah. Well, let me give a little context.
And you guys brought up Justin Bieber's peen.
Okay, well, this doesn't make me look so good, but so
that's true.
I
didn't
lived
think
with
of
one
those
of
two
my
together.
best. Yeah, I lived with one of my best friends, and then her boyfriend would come over all the time, and he's very, very funny. He has a great sense of humor, and he showed me this video called grapefruiting. And
He showed it to you.
He showed it to me. I didn't just like find this. He would always find the weirdest shit and show it to us, and so it was very top of mind because it's a crazy ass video. So anytime I would meet people, I just wanted to tell everyone about it because one, it's hilarious, but two, it's like fucking crazy. So if you don't know what grapefruiting is, Angel will show you. It is on YouTube, but it's basically a performance piece that you can perform on a partner with a fruit. Some may call a grapefruit. So I'm hanging out with
grapefruit fellatio.
Yes. And I don't really know Trevor that well. I kind of know Josh. And then I say, hey, do y'all know what grapefruiting is? And then that's kind of like how y'all got a little taste of who I am. And then I guess we were like, do you want to see Justin Bieber's penis? Which now I do regret. I am starting to see like how it was wrong to show that. But it was so intriguing at the time.
Right. It wasn't in a abusive way. It was in a fascinated way, which I understand.
Yeah, I wasn't like mean about it. I was like, look, exciting. Like, but I did ask a lot of people I want to see it. And for that, I am very sorry. And I take that back.
He's doing fine.
He's totally doing fine. I really don't know how to answer that. There is a scenario where we didn't officially meet, but it's like an instance. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I'm definitely not going to talk about it on here. Oh, it was like, it was in the Fiji spring break house.
I mean, no. I'm sure like meeting. I said, I know.
Meet.
Okay.
But I can't imagine that's when we meet. I feel like that's more of just like when we hung out for the first time. I'm sure it was like I came to y'all's house and I was like, I'm Ashley, and you're like, I'm Trevor.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a time where we like were like, hey,
handshake.
You know, like, hey, hi, I'm Trevor, and then like didn't talk the rest.
Yeah.
Like, but
totally.
That was the first time I was like, oh, we actually had a conversation. You know.
1000%.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I can't answer that because, I mean, I'm not gonna repeat that.
Yeah, all good. All right.
Great.
Do you want to end with a few deal breakers?
Yes, you go first.
Okay.
I need to find mine.
I have some good ones here. All right. I will say, okay. So he's the perfect guy. Awesome. He's amazing. Great personality, great voice, great physique. He's funny, he does it all. But, you know, first time he takes his shirt off, you're like, wow, he's really a stud muffin. But you're like, whoa, that's a lot of armpit hair. He has armpit hair that's roughly 6 feet to a foot, or I'm sorry, 6 inches to a foot long.
I was like, wait, what?
Not 6 feet, 6 inches to a foot long. So he's been wearing.
I see it when his arms are closed.
They're closed. Sometimes he might put it in little buns, you know, to keep it out of the way. If he goes loose, you know, he'll probably do that for like, he goes loose, fluid and flowy for like a, if he's wearing long sleeves in the fall, you know, you can't really see it. So he's like, whatever, I'll let it fly. But at night, you know, showering, he's got to shampoo, he's got to do conditioner, he's got to do it all. But he's amazing otherwise. He's an incredible guy. Great job. But he just has this very long, it's a foot long. It almost touches his elbow. So yeah, that's the deal. And you can take your pick if it's straight or curly. I'll allow for that.
Definitely curly, because then it's shorter.
Well, okay, no, it's still the same length. It's just longer.
Far. No, I assumed, but it doesn't, whatever. Straighter just makes it seem
he can
like,
straighten it.
Why?
Or he can curl it.
I mean, You make these situations hard because it's like, obviously I'm a horrible person if I'm like, sorry, your armpit hair is too long. But I would have to inquire as to why he has not done anything about it. And I think there would be a side of me that's like, well, I literally laser my underarms and you can't even like fucking trim that. Like,
He's like, this is just who
come on.
I am. I don't want to hide who I am, okay? I was made fun of in grade school for this, and this is a family tradition of hair.
Hey. I did not like abuse him and be like, you're disgusting.
No, I'm not saying you're a...
Like, why? Well, wait, what instance would he be saying that in?
He's just, you're like, hey, like...
This is who I am, Ashley.
You're saying like, hey, like I do a lot of maintenance on my underarms. Like maybe you could do a little under yours, and he gets very defensive because it's a sensitive subject for him because he's been bullied for this when he was a kid. You know, people used to tie him to the flagpole with his hair. They would tie it into a knot. He was bullied, and so it's a sore spot for him.
Well, then that makes me even more horrible.
But at the same time, he's like, no, I'm not shaving it. I like it. And then he's like, play with it.
Okay, well, then no.
And he's like putting little curlers in it at night.
That is where it's obviously like a solid no. And if he's defensive, like he needs to work through his insecurities.
And then yeah.
I'm sorry, but there's no way that's not affecting your daily life. And to me, that's just like, I don't know. I feel horrible saying no.
I think, yeah, it's okay to say no.
Yeah, say no.
I couldn't. I mean, if the situation were reversed, I could not deal with that. A foot long?
Yeah.
We're not talking like, oh, he's a hairy guy. We're talking like he's the Wolfman. That's so much hair.
I'm gonna stick with my reason is like I literally take care of myself. You can do the same. Like
cut it.
Yeah.
It's gross. Nobody wants to see that.
Okay, so for you, she's perfect, everything, blah blah blah. But she still makes Facebook statuses. And an example of one of those Facebook statuses would be like a Rascal Flatts lyric.
Oh,
or
like highway.
Or like ... what is he thinking ...
And we're dating?
She doesn't do this all the time. Yeah, she doesn't do this all the time. But like twice a month, you'll just see like a mysterious lyric or like like a Third Eye Blind quote.
The thing that's tough is like, so I wouldn't, because I'm not on Facebook, I wouldn't.
No, you see them. You see them.
No, I know, but I'm
Somehow
saying
you see them.
I wouldn't discover it for a while, but once I did discover it, it would be very problematic. Just thinking of somebody being like if they had like
great.
Yeah, I know, but if she's
okay, say she doesn't reference you at all.
Even if she doesn't reference me, I'm thinking like inspirational quotes. Like if she's like, she was like, every single time you fall down, you get stronger. Keep going. The finish line's almost there.
No, they're specifically music, but like older music, like from the 2000s and the 90s.
Okay.
Or moody stuff.
I'm thinking no.
Feeling bummed out.
No way. It's like, how old are you? You're too immature.
It doesn't affect her personality.
I know, but there's something in her personality that's making her do that, and I cannot live with that. There's a part of me that would always be like, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I couldn't do it.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Especially because she's not listening to Rascal Flatts in front of you, but she is quoting them.
That's a no for me, dog.
Okay,
all right.
dog.
All right.
Also update. Oh, were you about to go to another one?
No, I'm kind
Update
of nervous right now.
Closing out. Your cats?
Yeah, one of my cats is
okay,
like,
well then I'll just go. Hey, it's me, everybody.
She was about to jump and like destroy the fucking recording equipment, and finally she fucking moved. All right.
This is an update from the One Hit Wonder Top 4 podcast. I didn't like do a runoff or anything because your songs straight up crushed my songs, except for Somebody That I Used to Know and Who Let the Dogs Out, I think was the other option. Got a tie, which, you know what, if I had to have one, that's the one. doing that episode made me re-love that song. So you won.
What was the
Great
final
job.
winner?
I didn't keep going, but I
Oh.
can post it.
Okay.
It's just like you crushed me on all of them that I was like,
So you just
fuck
quit.
it. But also not. I just like genuinely forgot.
I got you.
I forgot. I will own up to the fact that I forgot. But it's never too late because I still have the documents. I truly do think I'm Blue is going to win because it did really well in the pre-season game.
Yeah. It's an all-timer.
So, yeah, it is an all-timer. And I, looking at my songs, I was like, okay, you know what? Trevor's songs are a little better, but you know what? You win some, you lose some. At least now I have come back to my love for somebody that I used to know with Go Tie. And the version with Darren Criss and Matt Bomber on Glee.
It happens.
On
It
Glee.
happens.
And I'm not scared to say it.
All right.
But yeah, that's our show, episode 34.
34.
Next time you hear Trevor, he will be older.
I will be. That's correct. Well, this episode, I will have turned 29 the day before.
29?
Yeah, there we go. I was also going to say, so it's actually not going to be, so in 2 weeks, I said it was 2 weeks last time, but it's in 2 weeks now.
Oh,
I'm going to be doing a guy movie.
the movie.
I'll pick one. I
Did you
haven't
pick one?
decided yet. I know. I gotta
Oh
find.
my God, Trevor, you had 2 days.
I know, but yeah, exactly. I need to find something. I'll find something. I'll put it on social media, and then we'll announce it next week. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. Obviously, all the stuff. Follow, subscribe. Do all the shit. And I'll be we're doing these on Zoom now, so I'm gonna put the videos on YouTube. So.
Oh my God! Wow, I did
Yeah.
not get permission.
Okay, well we don't have to, but
Just put a clown over my face.
I'll do like crazy filters, so we just blasted with light.
Yeah. I will say, just like as it's a girl and guys podcast, every girl has that time in her life where she just does not feel cute, and that's my week. And you know what? I know I'll come out of this on top, but that's just where I'm at.
Guys
And
have
I
those
had to
too.
speak my truth.
Guys have the weeks where you're like, I
You
look
look in the
like
mirror
shit.
and you go to take a mirror selfie and you go, not cute. Not
Yeah.
cute. I don't do that. That's made it sound like I do that, but I don't.
I feel you.
People are like, yeah, you do. I don't. I'm not
All right.
going to do it.
Well, until next time. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for listening. Peace out. Peace and love.